Music's playing now.
12:03 in the Big E. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Happy Friday. A warm Friday in mid to early November, and we're getting great weather in Edmonton. It is the Oil Stream, presented as always by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas with you inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. The Oilers flying to Vancouver right now. And no practice today. They did skate yesterday, full practice. We will get to as many comments, concerns, thoughts as possible on today's show. A big game tomorrow against the Canucks. And a lot of people pessimistic, concerned, not happy, theories being flown out there and thrown out there as well. We're here for it. So let us know your thoughts. 780-218-9999. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, hit us up in the nasty chat. Big thanks to everybody listening today on their lunch hour on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Apple Music, of course on EdmontonSportsTalk.com's audio player. And if you're listening, as Matty Iwanek likes to say, later on the podcast version of the show, hello. Hope you're doing well.
Hola.
Hola. Hola, Hernan Salas.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. How you doing? You were struggling before the show. There's many issues with you specifically.
Maddie just puts me on edge.
Why? He's having a good day. He's been busy. He's had some whiskey. He's had some 30-year-old gum. You can go have a beer. Yeah, he's offering it to us. It dissolved. It's disgusting. He's going to go crush a beer right now, probably. He's been a busy boy.
Can we break down Bob Stauffer's cryptic message?
Go for it. There's nothing. It's a nothing tweet.
Yeah.
Go for it. I love Bob. I was out with him the other night. It was good to see him.
What? You roll with Bob?
Yeah. You know we're friends, right?
Are you?
Yes.
I did not know that. This is what he said 15 minutes ago. There has been a general assumption that the Oilers will add a right shut down D at some point. Still might, but an argument can be made they would be better off getting another defenseman who can play the right side, who can transition the puck.
This is news to anybody?
If you watch the first 14 games, I'm pretty sure you can figure it out that the Oilers' defense cannot move the puck.
If you watched the other night, they had a very tough time moving the puck, and I'm pretty sure the Golden Knights built that into their game plan.
But is he saying that maybe that's what they're getting?
No.
Okay.
He's not. That's a tweet to get people talking about it, and you started it off on this fine program.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody for bringing that up.
No, because people are probably talking about it. Bob, when he puts something out there, people jump on and they discuss. That's the nature of this market, and makes it fun. That's for damn sure. Okay, that tweet is nothing. Like, why can't you get a defenseman that's a right shot guy that can do both?
Well, it's a slow.
That would be
day, man.
That
we
would be a
jump on
good
something.
top 4 D man. That's Bob. He's smart. He gets people talking. Then they start thinking about rumors and stuff. As David Pagnotta put it last week on the not the Oil Stream, Hello Hockey, which is not an Oilers show, but we discuss them sometimes. He said, nothing happening outside of due diligence among many teams. And when Belzy, I think it was, or myself, asked Dave who is out there, which teams are being active, he did not list the Oilers. So just to put that out there from a true NHL insider.
Well, but Tom, it's
what
I think all the teams right now that are struggling. You look at a Nashville, you look at an Edmonton Oilers.
Nashville got pumped again yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're all making calls, but it's way too early to make a blockbuster or a significant trade at this time. Tom, you rarely see this.
You rarely see it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't believe the notion that there's never a good time to make a trade. But you're right. Like, in general, there's still a feeling out process that should be ending at this point. When you're at the 14, 15 game mark, your identity starts to be formed. You should have an idea. Like right now, the Oilers are a team that can't score, have trouble moving the puck, and at times, even though I think this is the least amount of their worries, can't get a save at the right time.
I think Reed said it best on our last post-game show. He said, once you're in that 20 to 25 game mark, that's your team. Like, that's who you are.
Absolutely.
That's when you should start being like, this might not be going well.
Yeah.
So we're the Oilers are what, 6 games away from 20.
They're at 6-7-1.
Tough schedule coming up. Busy schedule. I mean,
maybe to paint it with an optimistic brush, maybe good opponents bring the better. Listen, they can't keep scoring at 2 goals a game, right? They got shut out. They only scored 2 against Vegas. They're not a 2 goals a game team with that talent.
And Tom, you were down there yesterday at practice. You said the team looked angry.
They seemed ornery, and they should be.
No, that's what I mean, because I went off yesterday saying that you always get the same crap post game from this team. Like, it's okay to self-reflect and be honest and be pissed off.
Sure.
And I'm glad that yesterday you noticed that, and probably all the media that was down there noticed that they're angry bunch, and they, like you said, they should be, because they're at times they play really good hockey, but it's the details that are killing this team. And the same thing I said yesterday on EST Afternoons, this team is far too advanced in their 10-year development, whatever you want to call it for this team, to still be struggling with the details this bad. And struggling not in 1 or 2 aspects, Tom, but in like 5, 6. You're a Stanley Cup contender. You can't be bad at everything.
Well, okay.
Not bad. Sorry, I misspoke. Not bad at everything, but struggling. You can't have a bad PK, bad power play, not scoring, bad goaltending, bad defense.
Second, third, or no, they're 27th on the power play. The defense has at times been okay.
Yeah.
The goaltending is okay. The numbers are bad. I know the averages don't look good right now. I think that's more a cause or a sign of how bad they defend as a 5-man unit in front of the goalies. Talking with Gager here in the bullpen prior to Oil Stream this afternoon, him and I were talking about Stu the other night. The power play goal against, he should have had that. And then the Hannafin goal to go ahead late. He literally made the same type of save on the same type of opportunity on the same guy seconds earlier.
And the bar's not really high for this defense. Like, we're saying, yeah, Nurse is good, Kulak's been really good, but it's not a core that's played. They're not the Vegas Golden Knights D core, so the bar is not very high right now. It should be, because you have an elite guy for me in Ekholm who's outstanding.
Yeah, but even he had a tough night the other night.
He's
I mean, he had to make up for a lot of Bouchard errors.
And then Bouchard alone, I mean, a frustrating player. But I think I think fans are more patient with him because they see when he's good, he's really good. But you have to deal with what he's going through right now, which is, I'm not going to say lack of effort, because I truly believe that.
No, he has a pace to himself.
He has a pace.
Right? His motor is a little bit, it doesn't rev. It just stays at a consistent hum.
Yeah, he's just like, no matter what.
Yeah. We know this. This isn't news. Although we do also know, and it's been proven 3 years straight, he's a slow starter. But we're creeping into, a quarter of a season when we get to the 20-game mark. And that slow start has to start to be, or it needs to be shaken off now.
But and that's the thing. Like, we keep saying, the Oilers always start slow. Skinner, Bouchard, the team, it takes them a while to figure out that they have to focus.
I think Skinner has actually been okay. He gives them a chance to win most nights. He hasn't been perfect. He's not elite.
You just want that one save. And I agree. He's been good in a lot of the games this year, for sure. So has Pickard. But, like, yes, I know the defense gives up a lot of good looks, and they're sloppy, and the back checks are not there and all that. But you want to be a top-tier goalie, you have to make the tough saves. That's what makes the greats the greats. That's why Vasilevsky's great. That's why
he made some great saves. He made that glove save.
It was great. But then he goes and lets in stinkers.
Yes.
Right? Or Vasilevsky, Hellebuck, Shesterkin. Sure, they have bad games. They let in stinkers once in a while. But the reason they're at the top of the goalie tree is because they're elite and they make that tough saves. Right?
That's fair.
And again, Skinner's not at that level.
He's at his 3rd NHL season.
Yeah.
His 3rd NHL season.
Hey, listen, like, out of all the issues the Oilers have, goaltending's a little bit further down.
Yeah. That's fair. 780-218-9999. Get your thoughts in on the Oilers as we await Saturday's matchup in Vancouver. Tomorrow night, GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game show with myself, Hernan Salas, and Cass is back tomorrow night. We get going at 7 o'clock.
It's going to be a late one and a fun one.
We'll be here in studio for that one. We're not on location until November 16th. That's the Toronto game where we were going to be at Boston Pizza Westgate. And I know, Nancy, you scoot down there as soon as we finish up the pregame show. Lots of great giveaways.
Yeah.
Tony, Curtis, the crew there, fantastic. And then we're back, Hudson's, Bourbon Street, so sticking on the West End on the 21st. And then we've got a couple of dates later on this month, back at BP Westgate and back at Hudson's. But we go, oh no, we're White Avenue, Hudson's on the 21st. Then we're Bourbon Street later in the month. That's what it is. Come join us.
Shovelhead says, as Saravalli said, real contenders are good from start to finish. They are not switch flippers.
Well, I saw a team last year that flipped the switch and almost won, but Frank's a smart guy. Frank's my friend too.
Yeah, you're right, but yeah, like the Oilers are a team that they were dead last at one point. And then
November 9th. I remember it well. I was sitting in that chair, ripping the living you-know-what out of them.
They flipped the script, so, I mean, it's concerning because it's 2 years in a row the Oilers have started bad. Not as bad as last year.
Hang on. Is this a bad start or is this a mediocre start? That's the thing. Because I know we look at it where the Oilers are at in their curve and, window of winning opportunity, and we say this at 6-7-1 is a bad start. But if you took off the Oilers glasses and you just went, is 6-7-1, take away the team name, colors, players, and you just looked at Edmonton 6-7-1, kind of in the mix, 2 points out of a playoff spot, 14 games into the year. Is that a bad start or is that a mediocre start?
I think it's a bad start because if Florida was at this, we'd all be saying, man, they're bad right now.
Look at this team, 6-7-1.
I think it's bad for the expectations.
I'm saying take away the expectation. I'm saying if you looked at generic team,
6-7-1,
6-7-1.
Yeah, you'd probably
That's how I
say-
should have phrased it.
you'd probably say mediocre.
Mediocre start. Could be better, should be better. Then now you add the details of what this team has gone through, who's on this team, where they are in the window, and then that's where I think we could go, all right, for this team, that's a bad start. Although, unbelievably, they've started way worse before. So at least there's that.
Did we overvalue this team a bit?
No.
Because, like, in the offseason, even before I came here and I was still with the Elks, we'd always talk with the Oiler fans down at the Elks, and I'd say their decor is not very good.
I didn't overvalue them. You recognize that the decor is an issue.
So,
But did you think they would score 2 goals a game and not be able to score on the power play and can't stop anything on the PK? No.
Because I thought Arvidsson Skinner was a step up from McLeod Fogle.
It is still a step up.
Yeah. Holloway, I don't know.
I'd rather have Holloway over Podkolzin. I'll just say it.
100%.
Podkolzin is not a top 6 player.
That's fair. Defensively, they got worse. They did.
Yes.
And
correct.
Goaltending stayed the same.
Yes.
But they got better up front. So,
But they can't score. They score 2 goals a game, Hernan.
Yeah.
We go on the post-game show. We read the text. We also echo a lot of the sentiment that the fans bring up. Why can't they defend? Why can't they kill a penalty? Why can't they score on the power play? Why can't they get a save? Valid. But they don't score. This team, which has so much offensive capability, can't score. And I think that's the number one problem of this team. It's not goaltending. Special teams are atrocious. It's right up there with they can't score. But when you don't score more goals than the other team, you don't win. They score 2 or less every night with some of the best offensive talent in the world. That is the anomaly, and that is the most frustrating thing. If I was an Oilers fan, I'd be going, why the hell doesn't this team score 3 to 5 goals every night? I don't know.
Yeah, because
that's the problem. Worse than the defense. Worse than the goaltending. Special teams, I'm very concerned about. I'd put it right up there with their lack of ability to score. They can't score goals, guys. You win by scoring goals. I respect the hell out of defense, and I know the value in it. Defense wins championships. They kind of do it okay, but they don't score damn goals.
Connor Brown's up to 2 points. When did I miss the other point? Anyway.
He got it the other night.
Okay. Adam Henrique, 1 goal.
Yeah.
RNH, 1 goal.
Yeah.
Connor Brown, 1 goal.
Arvidsson, 1 goal.
1 goal. Matthias Janmark, 1 goal. Derek Ryan, 0.
Corey Perry has, 2?
Vasily Podkolzin, 0.
Yeah.
Corey Perry, 2. Yeah, it's not good enough, man. Like, Adam Henrique has 1 freaking point, man.
I know.
And I'm not expecting him to be a top scorer because that's not him. He's a bottom 6 guy now, but you can't be sitting
I think he's capable of still being he's a middle 6 guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. But he can't be sitting at 1 damn goal. He can't. I'm sorry.
One damn point.
1 damn point. It's yeah. Will it turn? And
it will. Has to. This team is not a 2-goal-a-game team, but they're unbelievably at that right now, 14 games into the season. That's the incredible thing to me. That's the anomaly. That's what's killing them. Don't you wish for the days when they would have to beat a team 6-5? No, but I just wanted to bring that up. Remember when they did? That was like 2-3 seasons ago.
And then we were complaining about how the defense and the goalies suck and they got to outscore the opposition.
Right. And they could. And they did.
Tango says, bad start. Harrison T says, it's a bad start. Plain and simple.
For them, it's a bad start. In general, if it was a generic team, I'd be like, that's a mediocre start. Could move up. Could go down. Should go up with this team.
I mean, tomorrow, if they can pick up that dub, man, that's going to be huge. There's something about the Vancouver team since Rick Tocchet took over, Tommy, that they scared the bejesus out of me because they're a good team.
Are you intimidated by Rick Tocchet?
I am. He scares me. I that 7-game series yesterday, like we all felt like we played in that one.
Last season?
Holy crap, was that a hell of a series? And,
yeah, it was.
Demko, I think it's a different series if Demko's in there. That's just me. But this team is just like the Vancouver Canucks when they play the good teams in the league, man, they show up. They don't go. They're not going to win every game, but they will show up and they will fight and they will run you out of the barn. Run you out of the barn, Tommy. More beer showing up.
Whoa!
What's going on there?
You shut up, Joaquin. Look at that. Alley Cat stopping by. What's up? Shout out to Cav and the crew over at Alley Cat. Fresh drop off. That is beautiful. Okay.
Should we get off at 12:30 and go have a beer?
I think that would be a lovely idea.
Hey,
no, we got a ways to go.
Dusty's gone. Maddie just left.
Maddie's
bosses
drunk.
are gone, man. Reed's
here. Hello, Reed. Not much. Say hello. How's the show going? You tell me.
Hello, noon hour nasties. What's happening? They can't see me. Is everybody excited to play the Vancouver Canucks?
He's worried.
About what?
I think Vancouver's a really good team.
Yes.
So are the Oilers.
I think they are. I think personally, I said this before the season, I thought both teams deproved with the offseason changes.
Yes.
Personally. But the Oilers are playing more like a deproved team.
You're making up words, and I love it. It's Friday. We do whatever the hell we want around
No,
here.
Vancouver is just it's a mentality that Tocchet has with that team.
Correct. And I agree with you. I think they are beatable. Who knew Kevin Lankinen would be a bright
story?
Spot? Like when they signed him, I remember like they were talking about potentially bringing him in. I can't remember who I was talking to, but they're like, it's so bad right now. They're exploring the option of signing Kevin Lankinen. Guess what? He's been pretty good.
He's been outstanding.
Pretty good. 780-218-9999. It is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza, which has launched its new lunch menu, which delivers within 20 minutes or your next lunch is on them. A fast lunch doesn't have to mean fast food. Grab lunch at BP. Delicious and satisfying lunch without breaking the bank. $15, by the way, is the lunch option menu. You can build a combo, perfectly suits your taste, or their menu is also crafted to satisfy your midday cravings with a variety of options, whether you prefer a quick bite or have time for a leisurely lunch. Go check out the BP's new lunch menu. $15, delivers within 20 minutes or less, or your next lunch is on BP. We're going to be down there November 16th, Boston Pizza, Westgate. Come on down. Join us. We've had a lot of fun. We've done it twice for the Oil Stream pre- and post-game show. First one, it was a quieter Sunday, but still a few nasties showed up, a few others. The next one, the next night on the Monday, was even busier, and we had a great time. Lots of phenomenal giveaways, and come on down. I have GCs. They give us $25 GCs, as well as T-shirts, hats. We gave away a speaker, a Bluetooth, like a big Bluetooth speaker the first night, and then like a winter jacket from Bauer Hockey, in conjunction with Molson Canadian. So come on down, join us on Saturday next week.
Cool.
It's going to be great. Okay, let's go into some of these texts because I see, and yes, I did, listen, I know it's a bad start for the Oilers, but I'm trying to get you guys going. Let's go on Friday afternoon. I want to hear what you think about this team. So if you go, Tom, you're out of your mind, text me. Tell me why. That's what we're doing. We're stirring the pot like Bob's tweet full of non-information. It gets the juices flowing. That's what we're doing here. Waddy in Cloverdale says the entire team has a quote-unquote pace that they play at. When other teams allow them to dictate it, they're fine. When faster teams take away that time and space, they struggle. Side effects of an older team and letting some burners go. Biggest difference on the PK is the passiveness they play with. Waddy in Cloverdale. Waddy, 100% agree with the pace that you speak of. They don't go out and take the game from teams.
No, they don't, Tommy.
Or they lay off if they do it for the first 10 minutes.
And I'm at the point with this team where that's a choice. Like teams haven't figured them out. McDavid and Draisaitl are not slowing down, and it's not anything like that. That's a choice made by these players. It's not on Chris Knobloch. He can't go on the ice and he can't talk to every player and motivate them. And they're NHL players. They're Stanley Cup contenders, supposedly. So it's a choice that they make to go out there and feel the way into the game, start slow, forget about the details.
Let Connor do it.
Because Gager made a great point yesterday. The Oilers got scored on against Vegas with 40 seconds left because they were in overtime mode.
Very good point.
Yeah. They were like, we're going overtime. And let's not, we got a minute. Nothing's going to happen.
What
happened?
They've been burnt that way twice this year.
Yeah.
You can't think that way. Also, they had possession in the offensive zone prior to that go-ahead goal for the Golden Knights. Podkolzin had the puck in the corner, walks up the boards, loses the handle. It goes back the other way. Vegas gets a chance. You get a save from Skinner. They can't clear it. Puck bounces off the boards or plays made off the wall on Matthias Ekholm's side to the middle. Bouchard not paying attention. Maybe he's in overtime mode. Slow to get to his man. Doesn't get there in time. Quick pass and a goal. That's overtime mode. I understand fully what Gager's saying. But why is Podkolzin out there in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's a great point.
I would put Adam Henrique out there instead.
So tired of it. Well, he forechecks well. Well, so did
That's great. So do fourth liners.
So did Joakim Nygard. How did that work out? Like, the guy doesn't have the finish. There's a reason why Vancouver gave up on him. Because he's not...
He's a fourth liner, and he's an effective one. He can make a play from time to time. They've let him moonlight in the top six. But, he's not a finisher.
No, he
missed an empty
not.
net against New Jersey.
No, he's playing Vancouver. Maybe he's motivated and he gets one tomorrow. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Tommy's right. And this is not an anti-Podkolzin. He's a good player, but a bottom six guy. Stop playing him on your top six with elite players and stop playing him in the last minute of the game. He lost the puck in the offensive zone that led to the third goal.
Yes. They were waiting to get the McDavid line out there after the Draisaitl line. I would have enhanced the Draisaitl line with Henrique or Brown. Somebody that has offensive touch. Clearly have not shown it this year. More so than Podkolzin.
Loomis.
Just saying.
Going to get thrashed by Van.
That's positive.
I think Oiler fans, because Oiler fans are smart. And they know that what Vancouver brings when they play the Oilers.
I understand the fear that Oilers fans would have, or you having fear.
It's not fear. I'm not feeling optimistic about their chances tomorrow.
Oddly enough, fully comprehending, understanding, listening to Oilers fans over the 17 damn years I've covered this organization, I understand where they're coming from, and then for whatever reason. It's so Oiler for them to go out tomorrow
and win
and play good. And then everyone goes, and us included on the postgame show, well, Where the hell was that 2 weeks ago?
But that's what they do, man. That's what they do. They'll go in tomorrow, win 4-0, and then I'm sitting here like the jabroni I am, and
we're all jabronis.
eating my words, right? So, yeah. But
anyway,
it's good. Because then next week they play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yes.
I think Toronto's mixed in there.
Toronto is on Saturday.
Nashville, I think, again.
Yes, they do get the Preds one more time here. I'm pulling it up. Next week. And then they have the 5 days off after that. You get the Islanders, Preds, like you said, and Leafs on Saturday. They go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. They head off to Montreal. That's another Amazon game on the 18th. And then Ottawa the next night. You got a 5:30 start our time, 5 o'clock on Tuesday in Ottawa. They come home to face the Wild and the Rangers Thursday and Saturday.
Jeez.
5 days off. Then they get Utah and Colorado back-to-back on the road.
The Utah Utes. That's a tough schedule, man.
And then they go to Vegas to wrap up that trip.
Ottawa's playing well. Montreal's a tire fire. The Islanders are struggling a bit.
They can't score either.
Yeah. Take the under on that game. Toronto's always tough. I can't remember the last time the Oilers won in Toronto.
I can pull it up for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're so efficient with the stats.
Thank you. Appreciate that very much.
Let's see what else we got in the inbox while Tom looks. Let me ask a dumb question from Baggio. There's no such thing, Baggio. To a certain extent, of course, playing with the league, not exerting themselves, not showing all their cards. Maybe they want a couple more games in the W, of course, but what do you think? No, Baggio, I don't think teams do that because, like, everybody knows what the Oilers are, what they bring, who they have. So I don't think they're slow playing it, to put it in another way, and kind of, playing games with teams and saying we're not this good, because it's costing you points right now, and it might cost you in April. Like, all these points matter, guys. So I don't think it's a dumb question, Baggio. I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think they're slow playing it, trying to fool the league.
Judging by their tone and demeanor yesterday, I would not think they're slow. They were not happy yesterday. It was an ornery bunch, grumpy, if you will, and rightly so. They should be.
They were angry.
They're not meeting expectations.
I can't imagine.
Internal, external, not meeting them.
I can't imagine Brett Kulak upset.
Did you see that tip?
Hey, he was great.
When he tipped that in, I'm like, who the hell made that tip?
Gager's favorite player.
What's Kulak doing up there? Great tip by Brett Kulak. He's bringing it. He's been consistent. He is a great number 5 D-man. Yeah. They had to elevate him to... Did you see how much he got moved up to play with Nurse last game?
Yeah. They played the most minutes for D. Yeah.
Yes.
They were good.
I mean, that's a good thing for Kulak and a good thing for the team that you're getting those type of consistent performances from him. But it also begs the question, what are the other guys doing? Emerson's slowly coming along. I am starting to appreciate his physicality a little bit more. I'm noticing it more. Dermott, and then Stetcher, I think, got bounced around a lot.
As soon as the Oilers acquire a defenseman, if they do, Dermott's out. Miners.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just... I'll be honest, Tom, I don't think the coaching staff is really high on Stetcher. He struggled mightily last game.
He did, but, I mean, we were talking about how big the Golden Knights are, how well they skate, and that's what I meant by he was getting bounced around a lot. They were physical on Troy Stetcher. And listen, Stetcher is not a tall guy.
No.
I think he's like 5'9", 5'10". But he's built, he's jacked, but he doesn't play big.
No.
Right?
No.
The smaller guys that can play big, like Josh Morrissey, maybe an inch or two bigger than Stetcher. Same with Neil Pionk. But they have an ability to look and play bigger. Adam Fox, same thing.
Yeah, they're just better defensemen when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think they're high on Stetcher, and then because you're seeing Stetcher and Dermott kind of rotate the most. So they're just playing the guys that they've been dealt. They have no other options. I know.
Well, they went and got these guys.
Exactly.
I think they would hope Josh Brown would have been able to play a little bit, but we saw what happened in the preseason.
I wonder how he's doing in the minors.
I can look that up for you.
No, but
can I get you that Toronto stat first?
Oh yeah, jeez.
What do you want? It's lunch. Here's
Toronto,
your
Toronto,
menu.
Toronto stats.
Toronto stats. So was it Baggio? No, it wasn't Baggio. Somebody asked about the record in Toronto, right?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Hernan Salas did, the Latino Heat. Edmonton has lost 4 of the last 6 visits to Toronto. They have a 1-4-1 record in that time. Prior to that, they had won 2 straight in Toronto. And then before those 2 straight wins in Toronto, they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, 2 of those happening in overtime.
Damn.
So their numbers in Toronto are not particularly good over the last 15 years. This goes back to 2012. Or 2010, they won 5-0. So this goes back 12 years, 12 and a half. And their record isn't strong. They have 1, 2, 3 wins in that time. One of them coming in overtime.
Yeah, it's just not a good barn for them.
No,
it's not been kind to. No, but Tom, not so much the stats of Josh Brown, but like it'd be nice to talk to like Ryan Holt and say, hey, how has he
Why
looked?
don't you get Holtby on your show today?
We should. Holt, are you available?
I'll
No, I
text
think
him.
they're playing today, but we can get that next week probably. But I'm just intrigued to see how he's faring in the AHL.
All right. I know he's been fighting.
Yeah, I saw
seen
one of
that.
his fights.
9 games for Josh Brown down in Bakersfield. They played in Calgary the other night, by the way. No goals, no assists. 39 penalty minutes, +2. Josh Brown, stat line.
Because he's the call up if someone goes down.
Yeah, probably.
There's no one else, Tom.
They just traded away Ben Gleason.
My guy. Miss you, Benny.
It's the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas with you in for Dusty Nielsen. Dusty sounds like he'll be back next week, which is great.
About damn time.
I know he's been super sick and like he was having trouble sleeping, and that's tough. That is really tough. So I think he got some medicine and he's going to be good to go by Tuesday. Of course, it's a long weekend coming up with Remembrance Day.
He will be doing the game tomorrow in Winnipeg.
Good. So he's good enough to do the game. He's traveling. That's a good sign for our boy, Dusty Nielsen. Get well soon. We want you to get well. Let's see. I want to get minutes played here. I'm looking for minutes here. Expanded for Josh Brown. What's he playing right now? I don't have time on ice. What's going on here?
I'm going to read this one from Taco.
Sure.
Our good buddy. Hey, boys, I hate to be that guy, but I wasn't a fan of re-signing Henrique. I don't see how he moves the needle. He is basically another Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Both are invisible on most nights. We should have looked at another gritty, quick player.
I was surprised they brought Henrique back. I didn't think
Me
Henrique
too.
was going to be interested. Like him coming to Edmonton, talking to Pagnotta on Hello Hockey, it was like, yeah, I'll go there because there's a chance to win the Stanley Cup, but I'm a rental. And then they signed him. He turns down more money elsewhere, and it's been a slow start. He, among others, obviously have had slow starts offensively.
Yeah,
Where's Connor Brown gone, right? Like,
yeah. Well, Connor Brown's Connor Brown. It was funny last year when they signed him, Tom, and everybody kept bringing up, oh, he played with Connor and Jr., and he's going to score 40. I was like, these people are out to lunch. I think we joined Dash on his podcast.
I thought he was going to get that.
You thought he was going to get 40 goals?
40 points.
Oh, no, I said 40 goals. That's what some people were saying.
That's wishful thinking.
And Connor Brown's just, he doesn't finish. The end of the day, he kills penalties, two-way guy, not overly physical, but he's just, I think he's just there right now. I mean, I hope he can find the net a few more times and kind of return to playoff Connor Brown. But right now, I get it. And Taco, I understand what you're saying. I don't think Henrique's a bad player. I think he's off to a very, very slow start. He's not really doing much on either end of the ice. But hopefully this guy and Connor Brown and Matthias Janmark can find their groove. Now, people are going to say, well, Hernan, they shouldn't be the one scoring. No, but you need them to chip in from time to time.
Correct.
And you need them to not bleed goals. And it's all happening right now. So for me, I don't expect Janmark to score 15. I don't. But he should be around that 10 mark, 8 to 10. Henrique should be a little bit higher. Connor Brown should be a little bit higher than that. And right now, they're on pace for extremely low goal totals.
Yeah.
It can change.
I'd also like to see improved penalty kill. I know I'm asking for a lot, but
One thing at a time, Tom.
sorry.
If you can fix one thing with a snap of your finger, what would it be right now?
PK.
Okay.
PK. Because it is automatically allowing a goal per game. PK. I'd start there.
And it's with not a lot of opportunities either.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. What say you? 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat. Hit that thumbs up button, please. And thank you. Friday edition of the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Popeyes, you can try their new bone-in wings or their new offerings with the boneless wing program, which is a continuation of the bone-in wings, traditional wings. They've got their signature offerings, signature hot, honey garlic, honey barbecue, garlic parm, as well as classic. Plus, they've brought back the big box featuring 2-piece signature chicken, 2 regular sides, and a biscuit with an option for a drink upcharge. May I recommend to you the mac and cheese? If you're not getting the chicken tendies or the strips, get the mac and cheese. And if you're doing the beverage for an upcharge, cherry Coke. They have it there. I love it.
Cherry Coke.
Yeah. Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Proud sponsors of the Oil Stream. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with you. Let's get to some text. The Oilers flying to Vancouver to take on the Canucks tomorrow night, and then they do indeed return back to Edmonton for a 2-game homestand. The Islanders Tuesday, the Preds on Thursday. Then they hit the road for Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa starting on Saturday. So we've got some texts that have come in. This one, where is it? Norman at Combine says, boys, just got a call from Bryce the Sparky. Him and Joe, not exotic, heading to Great Walls. Had a little visit with an RCMP officer. Only cost him $500. Told him not to speed. Hashtag dad knows best. The coach texting, Bryce the Sparky, lay off the gas. Lay off the gas. Be careful out there.
Heavy foot.
What's the rush, boys? Casual Friday. Nice day out there. I'm just kidding. I'm not your dad. Norm is. Let's go to the coach. Says, hey, boys, this team's fine. November 12th will be turnaround for this group, like the city and its fans. We are figuring lots out, and energy is low. Guarantee this team will be flying come December. Then we will know exactly what we have as a team. Hernan, it will be okay. From the coach.
But I'm not saying it's not going to be, but I'm dealing with what's happening today and tomorrow, and we'll wait and see. I mean, if they, like Tom said, this team always kind of surprises us when we're down on them. They probably will go in and win tomorrow in Vancouver, just to shut us all up.
The coach says they will too.
All right, yeah. Like, listen, I'm not saying the season's over and this team's not in the play. Like, we're not saying anything like that. We can only go off the 14 games they've played so far, and so far there's been good. And there's been bad.
Oh, there's been bad.
And there's a lot of bad with this team.
Yeah. This text says, October 15th, I text in, said, let's be 500 after 15 games. And the Oilers are on pace for that. But it is time to get rolling and win 8 of the next 10.
Sure. That'd be great.
I know we've talked about like these 8-game increments and segments that Chris Knobloch has discussed, and I know sometimes they change their segments depending on what's happening in the season, where the breaks are, like this 5-game or 5-day break that's coming up later this month. I just like the idea of like going in and going, we need to win tonight. Be ready, go win. You have no excuse not to be the favorite in every game.
Big Slam Nasty told my wife we're not putting the tree up until the Oilers are over 500, so we might not have Christmas.
Big Slam Nasty came in to pick up a GC that he won, and it was good to see him. What the heck is going on? I'm the one being positive today, it sounds like, but I think they're going to figure it out. That's Timber Woodsman texting and says, JT Miller is a beast. I've got some good stories I can share with you about him off the air.
He's like, you hate him when he's playing against the team you cheer for, but you'd love to have him on your team.
Absolutely.
He is a greaseball, man.
In the best way, he's an a-hole to play against.
Yeah.
And he's got skill, and he's big, and he'll tell you what's up. I hated those types of players because they were good, and they shoved it in your face, and there was very little you could do about it most of the time. Sometimes you get them, though. Matt texting in says, my concern in the offseason was that there was too much turnover. I think on paper the forward group improved, but it's going to take time for them to figure it out with all the new bodies. Let's just hope they figure it out sooner rather than later. I think we can all agree that D got a downgrade in the offseason. I'll start with that. Matt, yes, it did. It 100% did. No arguing that whatsoever. The defense did get worse. The figuring it out thing, they're running. I feel like it's enough figuring it out. This is 14 games. We're at that point now where it has to change, where it's like, no, there's no, here's a little leeway, here's a little rope. You still got some time to figure it. No, that's over. You've wasted that. You've spoiled it. You're okay. You're in an okay spot right now. A win tomorrow. Look, they're right back in it. Just like we were talking about on Monday when they're about to take on the Devils.
No more excuses.
Go take it.
I think we all gave them October.
Yeah.
But that's no more.
No.
This isn't a young team coming into its own. No, they're the most veteran team coming off Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah. They've learned more lessons than any other team in the history of hockey, probably in the last 10 years.
There's nothing else to be learned.
Yeah. Just play better. Focus on the details. Get it saved.
Yeah.
Get your power play going. Get your PK going. Anything else?
Nope. Let's go to Rob from the Grove texting and says, "Hey, Tom. Hello, Hernan. I feel like tomorrow is a trap game for the Oil. It can go really bad like it did early last year, or the boys come out flying and win big. I hope it's the latter." And yeah, I mean, just when you don't expect, things are going a certain way with this team, and you're like, oh, they're in for a world of pain tomorrow, and then they totally redeem themselves. That's just kind of their MO as well. It's very, very frustrating if you're a betting man or just, expecting something from this team, and they totally let you down. Troll texting in. The buffalo chicken poutine from Popeyes was great.
Poutine's usually good.
It is great there. Troll also adds, Miller should be the Canucks captain, not the smallest and softest guy in the league. That was a weird pick, in my opinion. Yeah, because they have Quinn Hughes as their captain. Unless they're trying to make sure Hughes, they've got Hughes locked up they've got Miller locked up long term. But listen, I don't know the Canucks locker room. I can ask friends who cover them day to day about it if I really wanted to. I think with how brash JT Miller can be, maybe it rubs some guys on the team the wrong way, and he's not everybody's favorite.
No.
And he's not the J Milne glue guy, if you will.
But he's effective, man.
He's very effective. Like, if I was on a team with JT Miller, I'd be like, all right, I like playing with this guy. Like, he gives me confidence. I can rely on him. I want to live up to his expectation. But boy, is he an asshole. Like, that exists. That does happen. We know it in our day-to-day lives where we work. It happens on hockey teams too. And I feel like from the outside looking in, and little things I hear now and then, here and there, he might be one of those personalities, if you will, that has that effect. So I'll try to ask around a bit more, but maybe he's not everybody's cup of tea. That's just a guess.
You think Tocchet throws the Oilers a bone and starts Shelovs?
Is that a bone? I think Shelovs wants to beat the Oilers.
He's got a goals against of 5, save percentage of 7.97 in 3 games.
So he was a young guy thrust into a situation playing with house money last year, and he handled it really well. And good for him. But now the grind of an NHL season is upon him. There's a bit of a burden with expectation. And fortunately for the Canucks, they've had Lankinen come in, a little bit well-traveled with Nashville and Chicago. Did he even have a stint with New Jersey? Am I remembering that correctly? There's a guy that, again, kind of feels like he's going with house money, no expectation. Go play. Got my 1-year deal.
Yeah,
having success.
When Demko comes back, Shelovs is going to Manitoba. No, to the Abbotsford. Abbotsford.
They used to have Manitoba Moose as their farm team until the Jets came back. Troll says, good point, TG. Was going with the on-ice play, not factoring in the off-ice. The on-ice play, he's an asshole to play against, and tons of skill. JT Miller, I would have him on my team. I'd have to get to know him if I was like a GM or a coach.
He's like Brant Meyer said on our show yesterday, he's a prick to play against. And he goes,
exactly.
How many pricks do the Oilers have? 0.
Well, Evander Kane, when healthy and engaged, can be.
Yeah.
Corey Perry sometimes. Like he's a fourth liner.
He goes, if you're playing Edmonton, you should be licking your chops.
Brett was a tough guy that could lick his chops against pretty much any team in the league.
Yeah.
But that's a fair. I think Brent has a very valid point, though.
No, the Oilers have had 5-6 fights, so I mean they're getting. Yeah, I know.
So just go have a fight right off the face-off tomorrow.
JT Miller and Corey Perry drop the mitts.
Do
right
it.
there.
That would be phenomenal.
Vinny against Nurse.
No, I think they're friends.
Doesn't matter, man.
No friends on the ice. Hey?
Maroon fought Cassian when Maroon left.
They're buddies, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Says, when was the last time the Oilers scored the first goal? It would be nice to get off to a good start.
Ooh, Calgary?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they opened up the scoring twice in the opening minute
Yeah.
last week.
Yes. So
20 seconds in
Nashville,
against Calgary. And 37 seconds. So last week was the last time.
Yep.
And they actually, both games against Calgary, they scored in the first shift.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was the Draisaitl line both times. Yeah.
So last week, that's the answer. 780-218-9999. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with you on the Oil Stream Friday edition. Hope you're enjoying a lovely Friday in Edmonton. A beautiful day weather-wise. You went for a run
Yesterday after
in
work.
shorts outside?
I had like the
Joggers?
what are they called? Shorts, and then you put the
The workout.
like the tights.
The leggings.
The leggings.
Yeah. Yeah, I wear those as hockey underwear.
Yeah.
They're great.
It was great, man. It was nice.
River Valley?
Yeah.
Lots of people out there?
Lots of people.
Good.
It was beautiful weather, man.
It's beautiful weather.
Like today, it's absolutely outstanding outside.
Nice fall weather.
I didn't even have to start my car. I'm a little bit soft when it comes to cold weather.
I know. I've known you for many years.
Like here, when I'm watching the Oiler games, when we're doing post game, man, this building can get cold, man.
We do have a furnace.
I know, but it didn't work the other day. I couldn't figure it out. And then Maddie, I think, got a little upset because I put it too high, and yeah, it was pretty cold.
Well, that's why I said bring in like a hoodie or something. All right, let's go into the nasty chat. Easy E getting in there says, Tommy, if they lose again and come up with more excuses, will you ask them if they'll stop with the excuses? Yeah, I'd probably word it a little differently, but I could ask that Easy. I could say something like, is it time for...
Why aren't you guys
more
ever
excuses.
angry? Well, I'm sure they are, but
These are questions that did... Easy, like, good point. But these are questions that had to be asked last year, were asked last year. It got them mad. Media got mad. Fans were pissed off. And that's totally fair because this is a different team. It's a new year, new players. But we're seeing some similarities, so that's fair. You know, you could phrase it in a way where it's like, hey, you know, enough. Does it feel like it's time to just be like, enough with the excuses, just go out there and bear down? I kind of feel like they did bear down with McDavid out. I think they just went out there and they played confident hockey. They were relying on more than just one line and one guy.
yeah.
Hit a wall against Jersey, back-to-backs with travel. They got held up in Nashville due to plane issues.
Line changes for tomorrow, do you?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I forgot to mention this. Yesterday at the skate, they did work on penalty kill power play for quite some time. A good chunk of that practice was focused on special teams.
Good.
Yeah. That is worth noting. Matthias Janmark wasn't on the ice. Stetcher was on the ice, but they did work on special teams, which have been absolutely atrocious. I'm going to look that up right now, actually, just to see where they sit special teams-wise, because we continue to knock their special teams because they're poor.
T-Man, language on the nasty chat.
What did T-Man say? You want to give me some expletives?
No.
Okay.
No.
Power play has now fallen to 20. Oh, it's 27th still. 14.3%. It's better than Buffalo at 14%. The Islanders at 13%. Boston at 12.9%. How about Boston's season?
Gee, what's going on?
Big win yesterday to go to 7-7-1, by the way. St. Louis at 11.8%. And then the Caps, oddly enough, the worst power play in the NHL, 9.3%. But Ovi's scoring. PK, Dead last, 59.5%. And if you're going, well, how bad is it? Who's ahead of them? Everybody. Who's directly ahead of them? Minnesota, 67 or 66.7%. The Islanders, 66.7%. Detroit, 69.4%. Colorado, 28th in the league at 70.3%. That's bad. Vegas's PK has struggled at 75%.
Did you say Minnesota?
I did say Minnesota.
They're playing well, like 5-5.
They're 9-2-2 this year.
With the second worst power play PK in the league.
Absolutely.
Wow.
66.7%. Their power play minis, if you're wondering, just on the flip side, 20.9% good for 11th in the NHL. So at least they're getting that going.
Yeah.
What say you? 780-218-9999. We have 2 minutes left. Any other texts that have come in? Waddy in Cloverdale says, Hernan puts the furnace too high. Everyone at EST gets a strongly worded email about proper furnace etiquette. That's from Waddy in Cloverdale. All right. What is this? Oh, I like this. Just checking. Is the YouTube thumbnail clickbait or is Hyman getting the A? Oh, it's just a photo that they pulled from when he had to fill in as an assistant.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a preseason picture. I don't know.
Yeah, don't read into that.
What are you doing, Zach, with the clickbait thumbnails? Wasn't him. I'm just
Maddie. It's Maddie.
It was a Wannick.
Blame me, Wannick. Send him an email.
Strongly worded, please and thank you. All right, you do have EST Afternoons coming up with Joaquin Gage. He is ready to go. What are we looking forward to today on EST Afternoons?
Yeah, talk a lot of Oilers, Canucks. I got some interesting numbers. I got a nice little surprise, but we got to hit 100 thumbs up or we're not going to do it. Bick Nezar, Canucks post-game host and a host on the People Show on Sportsnet 650. He'll give us a good preview on the Canucks. And Matthew Shinetti at 2:20 from TSN to tee up the CFL playoffs in Calgary, getting the 2026 Grey Cup.
I do not like Calgary getting 2026, and I'm going, why not Edmonton?
Defeating Edmonton.
The one thing that comes to mind is maybe Edmonton has plans to get the stadium upgraded, and they might need that extra year.
They better, man.
I hope it's something like that, because there's no way on God's green earth that stadium and that city should be ahead of this stadium and this city for a Grey Cup.
Yeah. We heard rumblings yesterday, and we're like, there's
good sources.
Yeah. So disappointing for the Edmonton Elks for sure. Would have been great.
Unless this is, again, something they're like, no, 27, please. We'll take the next year.
Yeah. So
I hope that's the case.
It's going to be a fun show. And your next chance to qualify for the EST Flyway to LA as we wrap up the week. For the long weekend, tune in. Keep it locked here. 1, 2, 3. Joaquin Gage. Hawk. If you grew up with Joaquin Gage in junior hockey, his nickname is Hawk.
Your nickname's Walk?
Hawk.
Quack.
Hawk.
Quack. It's called Gager.
Walk. No.
Because you got walked.
What? Anyways, keep it locked. We're going to have some fun.
Yes, I'm taking Saskatchewan and Toronto this weekend in the CFL playoffs.
I like your picks.
You're going with those?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. Good show, brother. We'll do it
Good
again
show.
tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow.
Thank you for watching, listening. This has been another great edition of the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Big thanks to Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen, ESC Afternoons with this guy, and Hawk coming up next.